let's start off with one of your greatest matches of this year, I would say.
Yep.
Wrestling Trish Stratus at SummerSlam. So how did you feel like when you were working with her? What was your whole emotion of that match?
I was just so nervous because she was gonna have the match and be gone.
Yeah.
So whatever happened, I was still gonna be here.
Yes.
So it needed to be what people expected because she's already created this legacy and she's a Hall of Famer and
Yes.
she's looked at as one of the greats, and I feel like if I slip on a banana peel, I'm criticized for, oh, well, she wasn't up to put, like, you know what I mean? So it was just going, one, I cannot wait to out bad guy her. And two, it was just going, she wanted to come back to face me.
Yeah.
So I wanted to be the Charlotte Flair that she expected.
Yes.
And that was what I took so serious, was she wanted to come back and face me, so I hope I live up to her expectations.
So the second question is, this year we have seen a lot of people in WWE change character. We've seen Finn Balor go to NXT and have a new character. One of them obviously was Bayley, and you were there that night when she actually destroyed the Bayley buddies and introduced her new persona. So what do you think about this new change in Bayley? This new change in the SmackDown Women's Champion?
She's been the same. There's no change. This is who she's been this whole time.
Oh.
She just hid behind a ponytail.
Oh, right. Then this week, one of the biggest announcements that came in WWE was, CM Punk coming back as a.
Well, I've been here, so I feel like I don't know what's happening.
So, what's your reaction to that? Him coming back?
My reaction is, never say never. Like, he's back. Everyone always comes back. I don't care what you say. Not anyone says, never say never.
Yeah. So. Now coming back to one of the biggest achievements that WWE had this year, which was obviously at Crown Jewel when we got to see women wrestle for the first time.
I'm so jealous.
So
that's my answer.
So that was your reaction, that you were jealous.
I'm so jealous. I wanted to be there.
But do you feel that one day that we could see actually women main event?
A Crown Jewel?
Yeah.
I think so.
Would you be?
I mean, just because the women were there the show before and they didn't get to perform.
Uh-huh.
Then they got to go and they got to perform. So the second time, already that much of a step where no to yes to maybe multiple women's matches.
Mm-hmm.
So 100%.
So if you were given that chance of main eventing probably Crown Jewel, who would you like to face?
Oh. Anyone.
Even Becky would
Absolutely.
I'm pretty sure you want to settle the scores.
Yes, you have no idea.
So now you've been one of the biggest superstars or the most prominent superstar in SmackDown. Now recently, once the WWE draft took place and you are now on Raw. So how do you think that there's a difference between both the brands? What is your take on that?
I really don't think there's a difference.
Okay.
I do think the transition or the move to Fox is super exciting. It's a whole new demographic.
Yeah.
No one does sports and entertainment better than WWE. Yeah. And to have that combination on Fox, where it's a sports network.
Yeah.
I'm a little sad I'm not on Fox, to be honest, but Raw is where I made a name for myself.
Yeah.
So to be back on Raw feels good, and to come back after everything I've achieved on SmackDown, it's like I'm back.
Yeah.
So it's not like this is my last year. So you always go back and forth, and I do think there wasn't anything left to do on SmackDown, so.
Yeah. So a
Right.
lot more to achieve on Raw.
Yes.
So again, one question would be, one of the women that you just stated that you were jealous about and you have been tagging with her, Natalya. So how did that team come along? Like, how did you both start working as a tag team?
Your guess is as good as mine.
Because it was like on one day we suddenly saw I was covering the match and I was like, oh wow, this is pretty a different thing that.
I don't know. I really don't know.
But how was it working with her as a
Amazing.
as a tag team partner?
We're both queens.
Oh, yeah, she's the queen of hearts
Yeah.
and you're the queen of all.
And she put me on the map. So to see we've faced each other in NXT, we faced each other in Raw, we faced each other on SmackDown, and then to be tagging and to see professionally our careers come full circle was very unique and exciting.
So now this is me talking as one of the people from WWE Universe. We have had this dream match, and like how Triple H said on Ric Flair's farewell speech, every time I think about it, my hand goes like this. The Four Horsewomen versus the Four Horsewomen of MMA. When do you think it will happen? Do you think it will happen next year or?
It just has to be the right storyline. It just can't, but yes, it's very exciting, but it just can't be done to be done. Like, you want to feel the build, you want to feel the animosity, you want to feel why these four want to face these four. So it's just a matter of when that story starts.
Now, since Becky and Bailey are going to be facing Shayna very soon at Survivor Series, so amongst the four, you have already faced Ronda.
Well, first of all, out of all these women, I'm the only one that can claim to be a Four Horsewoman. That's what bothers me. All 7 of them can just shut their mouths. I'm the only Flair. So if anyone gets to call themselves it's Charlotte Flair. That goes to the Four Horsewomen of WWE, the Four Horsewomen of MMA.
Oh.
So you tell them that.
Of course, you.
I've never said that in an interview, so I'm feeling a little testy.
That's good. It's always great to have your first time you're doing it, so that's great. And
If anything, I should have Tessa Blanchard, right?
oh, yeah, that's true. So this year, and you have been part of a lot of matches when it comes to Hell in a Cell, the Last Woman Standing match. This year we saw Sasha Banks and Becky Lynch absolutely put up a great match.
It was phenomenal. It was everything from gritty to storytelling to emotional to creative. As a talent and watching as a fan, it was awesome.
So, coming to my final question. So, you, Becky and Ronda Rousey main evented WrestleMania. Who do you think could repeat this feat? When you look at the talent that is there in NXT, NXT UK, Raw, SmackDown.
No one on NXT, what we do 300 plus days a year is a lot different than being a part of NXT. It's a whole new audience. It's a whole new speed. So I have to see someone how they develop when they come to Raw or SmackDown and debut. Do I think Bianca Belair has the it factor? 100%. Could I see myself one day facing her at WrestleMania? 100%. But you either sink or you swim when you get to the main roster.
Yeah.
So, but I don't think she would sink.
So who would be your triple threat happens main eventing WrestleMania? Who would the 3 superstars be according to Charlotte Flair?
Well, myself.
So 2 slots left.
No, got 3. From NXT?
From any of the rosters, like Raw,
Oh, from any of the rosters.
Yeah.
Well, I see a fatal 4-way.
see a fatal four.
Sasha Banks, Becky Lynch, and Bayley. I see that as a main event.
You see that as a main event.
Yes.
Well, it was great talking to you.
It was great talking to you.